The moment has come. I present to you, Ratatan. After such a long time of waiting, Patapon is back. Fans had believed that everything related to Patapon ended after the closing of Japan's studio, and had even theorized about the next games before that event due to the concept art uploaded by Ratata. But there came a ray of hope called the Jabberwocky Project. This project proposed to revive this rhythm-action trilogy in a new game, moving away from the previous titles. Hiroyuki Kotani and Kenmi Adachi will return to develop this new game, with a new engine called Theory Engine, from the developer Tokyo Virtual Theory, and also with a new graphic style of the artist Nelnul. The game looks very promising. A fantastic art style with cute character concept arts, much more advanced graphics, with a clear inspiration towards the Patapon trilogy and possibly new game mechanics and multiplayer. At the time this video was made, there has been no indication of Ratata being involved in the project, nor do we know the style of the roguelike gameplay, platforming, and monetization. A Kickstarter campaign release date trailer was recently announced, in which we already know what the game will be called, Ratatan. New studios are also revealed, Ratata Arts and PH Studio. In which, at the end of this month, July 31st, 2023, the financing campaign will be carried out on Ratatan official Kickstarter. Now, you may be asking me, how did all this happen? And well, to organize all the information, it will have to be explained in a chronological and detailed way as possible to understand more about this topic, from the beginning of the project, to its launch by Kickstarter, as well as the studios involved, their history, characteristics, and controversies. In this video, with the aim of informing and supporting this project by doing my bit, I am going to tell you about this topic. I also want to give some clarifications, due to the format and the circumstances of the elaboration of this video. The video will cover the dates from January 2019 to July 15, 2023 and its future release on Kickstarter. The translations from Japanese to English are not 100% accurate, so you can correct me in the comments. The project is still under development and financing, so we will not know exactly its future. Bibliographic references will be found in the description of the video, as well as the credits. If there is new, wrong information or what could not be covered in this video, you can comment on it. With that said, let's start with the timeline. January 17, 2019. The Japanese video game development company, Tokyo Virtual Theory, is created under the leadership of Toshiyuki Yasui, in which he and his team have had experience working on famous titles, such as God Eater, Freedom Wars, Metal Gear Solid and Patapon, both veterans in Japan and abroad. On their main website, are written their mission and vision, where it tells us, Tokyo Virtual Theory is a group of creators pursuing the concept of playing together as well as real-time multiplayer games, where more than 1,000 people discuss and solve a mystery. A work in which the fact that each one was separately, acquires a great meaning. Tokyo Virtual Theory's mission is to create new communication and joy by establishing a theory for the whole concept of playing together. It also tells us about their projects as a business, such as game development and the development of middleware technology for video games. May 17, 2022. Hiroyuki Kotani, the creator of the Patapon trilogy, on his Twitter account, posted the first notice to Patapon fans to follow him. May 23, 2022. Kotani published the Jabberwocky project on his Twitter through the website Denfaminicogamer, a Japanese page dedicated to all kinds of gaming articles and entertainment content. The article explains the vision of the company Tokyo Virtual Theory, its development team, and its future projects. The article explains the Theory Engine. It is a middleware technology created for the purpose of developing large-scale online games, in which it is possible to create real-time multiplayer action games and commercial licensing to third parties. Its described characteristics are faster environment, larger number of players, no servers and no complications. The Jabberwocky Project, a new title from the creators of Patapon, Hiroyuki Kotani and Kemiya Adachi, inspired by their previous games, will be a rhythm action game with a new art style by the artist Nelno, where he has worked on Deltarune designing characters. The creators say that it will be a multiplayer title through the serverless technology of Theory Engine, attaching the famous concept art of the Jabberwocky project. And Project Shaz, a new multiplayer action game title, from the development team behind God Eater and Freedom Wars, which is in development with the Theory Engine. Finishing with the company profile, it provides us with its website and the recruitment of programmers, graphic designers and motion designers as part of the project staff. May 24, 2022. It is published in the same website, Denfaminicogamer, the interview to Mr. Tomokazu Fukushima, Toshiyuki Yasui, and Hiroyuki Kotani, where they talk about different topics regarding their future projects. Unfortunately, being an extensive interview and far from chronology, I will upload it in another video soon. However, it doesn't take away the fact of how fascinating the interview is. But what I can tell you is the controversy of Tokyo Virtual Theory on the same day. As we have seen previously, on May 23, 2022, Tokyo Virtual Theory had announced its three main projects. The day after that event, Project Shaz was accused of plagiarism for the character illustrations in its release, causing a lot of controversy on the part of the company. The artist Tororo uploaded to his Twitter page the following publication, where he portrays his disgust to know how one of his characters had been plagiarized by the company Tokyo Virtual Theory. Being a very serious and sensitive issue in the community of artists, more users had found more plagiarized content from different artists. Different users have commented their opinion, and even made videos about the topic. Obviously, a lot of controversy was instantly created about the company. The news would soon be out, and the reputation of the project and the company would be badly damaged. May 25, 2022. The director of the company, Toshiyuki Yasui, publishes on his official website his apologies in the article called Apologies and Reports on the Design of the Characters of Project Shaz, where in summary, he points out that the composition coincides with the illustration, of which we do not have the rights. Where he confirms the act of plagiarism of the characters by the illustrator in charge. He explains to us later that the characters are always designed from scratch, but this time tools were used to retouch reference images, in which the same poses and body lines were used, without knowing their rights. Being a problem with the production and the flow of confirmation of information. Later, he apologizes to those affected. The company appreciates the support of the positive feedback at the start of the project, and they say, they will do their best to realize the project, ending with the following response. We will not use this character design in the future, and promise to create new designs for internal and external use. The news came out, websites specialized in video games, talked about this issue and disclosed Tokyo Virtual Theory situation, where the news reaches the Tororo artist on the same day. Meanwhile, the Jabberwocky project received more fan arts through Twitter, giving all possible support to the project from the fans. May 27, 2022. Interestingly, content creator, GG Games, predicted the Kickstarter of the Jabberwocky project, where he asks Kotani, via his Twitter, if there will be backer rewards in case there is a Kickstarter, where Kotani thanks for the suggestion. June 29, 2022. Kotani posts on his Twitter, a reference to the Jabberwocky project on his birthday. Imizrali posted a fan art regarding Kotani's birthday, including a main character. In response, Kotani reveals the possible name of that character, Nyanko. December 31, 2022. Again, Kotani posts on his Twitter, congratulating fans on the new year 2023, where he wishes to excite everyone by leaving the hashtag Jabberwocky project. April 1, 2023. Kotani goes to the exhibition of the artist Nelmo, where he is amazed by the characters, especially by some stickers he bought. April 12, 2023. Kotani generates excitement by uploading a photo of the Sony building in Shinagawa, Tokyo, where fans are intrigued to find out what happened there. July 5, 2023. Famitsu publishes the Indie Game Festival event for July 15, 2023, called BitSummit Let's Go. In its second phase of content distribution, it announces the arrival of the Tokyo Virtual Theory team. July 15, 2023. BitSummit Let's Go Festival is held. More information about Tokyo Virtual Theory projects is revealed. The Jabberwocky project will now be called Ratatan, where it will be funded by a Kickstarter campaign starting on July 31st. At the moment, no available platforms, approximate release date or other details have been confirmed. Through the trailer, two new studios are introduced, Ratata Arts and PH Studios, in which PH Studios is a Japanese company founded in 1983, where it is in charge of planning, production, 3D graphics, digital composition, live action, and video production using 2D animation, as well as characters, scenery, storyboards and illustrations. At the moment, its staff reaches the number of 30, and has won several awards in multimedia. On the other hand, Ratata Arts, being a new studio, there is still no information about it. The news came quickly, all the gaming websites talked about this event, and now we are eagerly awaiting further news about the project, through the support of all new and old fans. Making this news, return the interest of the players towards the Patapon trilogy. On the same day, user Chakadan asked Kotani about the name of the boat-shaped character, where he subtly answered that his name was Brunelli. In the evening, we were all surprised to see that user, Sweetapon, had paid to advertise Ratatan launch trailer on one of the screens, in New York's Times Square for 15 seconds. After seeing all this information, what can be said that has not been said before? At this time, the official Ratatan Twitter page, the anticipation of the Ratatan project is published on Kickstarter, almost reaching 300 followers before its crowdfunding launch date. Video game websites are still echoing the news, and fans supporting the project, as well as rumors of a possible return of the original Patapon trilogy if all goes well. Many anecdotes have occurred throughout the development of the project. both from Kotani and from the fans, which I want to dedicate a video later, since I could not include it due to time constraints. Also, I want to give a mention to the user, Agnus, since he was one of the first to talk about the Jabberwocky project, in which, unfortunately, he, and his material, has disappeared from all social networks due to unknown circumstances. Let's hope he is well, and that he returns soon much better. And to finish the video, I want to leave you, the fan arts that have been published throughout the development of the Jabberwocky and Ratatan project, with their respective authors to spread their work. That said, hopefully this video will age well, and the project will be a success. So thank you very much for having reached the end of this video, and goodbye.